Salut.
So my question is, what was your favorite Harry Potter movie that you act in?
Bravo for the question. Round of applause, please. There's lots of them, really. The first two were a lot of fun. The sixth one had to be something very special to me. Getting a chance to nearly kill Dumbledore was a lot of fun. And and the last one, of course, it seems to be most people's favorites. It's definitely some of the cast's favorite, I think, because it seemed to go on forever. But yeah, it's really impossible to pick one. It's like saying, what was your favorite year as a child? It's like, well, granted, you probably would have a rough idea, but it's very hard to actually elect one film. It changes. Do you have a favorite film to watch?
I like all of them also.
Touche. Exactly. We are singing from the same hymn sheet, my friend. Thank you.
All right.
Bonjour.
Hi. So my question is, after directing and filming Tom Meets the Superfans, how has it changed you in regards to your fans, and are you finding yourself more active in fandom life like Comic-Cons?
Absolutely, yeah. It's kind of a bizarre journey for me, that whole
Right.
Bonjour.
Hi. So my question is, after directing and filming Tom Meets the Superfans, how has it changed you in regards to your fans, and are you finding yourself more active in fandom life like Comic-Cons?
Absolutely, yeah. It's kind of a bizarre journey for me, that whole experience. I mean, in long short of it, when I first started coming to conventions, it was something that most people who aren't part of a fandom don't really grasp. It's quite of a hard thing to get their head around. So when I first started taking pictures and videos and showing my friends at home, they would jump on the bandwagon of going like, wow, this is crazy, like what are these people doing? And they really had this idea that because a mid-40-year-old man dressed up as a stormtrooper, that he had something missing from his life. In fact, that he was like a bit of a loony. And these same friends would dress up and paint their face red and shout at the screen for a football team that they have no affiliation with whatsoever. This struck me as unfair and not right. And then through going to dozens and more conventions, realizing that I've never been anywhere that has a warmer, more accepting, non-judgmental group. Like, to me, this is how society should be, right? Where we're all just, suddenly I felt really stupid. I was like, I can't believe for all those years, for those early ones, I was almost scared of the fandom or sort of put off by it, thinking this wasn't for me. And now I can clearly see that anyone who's not involved in something like this is missing out, and they're the ones that should be being looked down at. So yeah, long short of it, any opportunity I get to not only thank you for your appreciation for my work, but for anyone's work. It doesn't matter whether it's a TV show that finished in the 70s or a brand new comic book written by a teenager. It's all awesome to be into things that are awesome. So thank you. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Yeah.
I want to ask a question that, what does it feel like to be punched by Hermione Granger?
I liked you. What did you say that for? It sucked. It was horrible. She's got a really mean right hook for a small little girl. My street cred went down astronomically overnight. Truth is, luckily, Emma is a very good actor and very convincing at throwing an air punch, so she missed me by quite a margin. However, in the rehearsal stages of this film, I went up to her in the playroom where they had the snooker tables and stuff, and said, "Emma, this is exciting. You're gonna have to punch me." It was written as a slap, I think, when we first started. So I was like, "Emma, you're gonna have to slap me. Like, let's practice. Let's practice." She's like, "Okay." And I'd been really into like Jackie Chan, so I was, well aware of how to throw the movie punch. She hadn't at all. So I braced myself, and she just went smack. And slapped me right across the face. And I was like, I started to like nearly tear up, I think. I was so surprised. But yeah, to the day, I haven't forgotten it. So yeah, don't mess with Hermione, people, especially you, mate. Thank you, buddy.
Thanks.
As a fan of Alan Rickman's work, what was it like working with the late, great Alan Rickman?
To the lady who just put the wand up in the air, that was very sweet. It was a nice touch. It was great. He was the only actor that I knew. When I was 12 joining the set, he's the only one that I knew as an actor. I thought Gary Oldman was a cleaner for the first 3 years. Genuinely. Alan was terrifying. You know, this is the Sheriff of Nottingham. I was petrified of him. It took me more than 6 years to get to say anything more than just like, "Morning, Alan." Because he retained his Snape like, "Good morning, boy." Very, very low, staccato, punctual words. It was great. It was enjoyable to listen to. Terrifying, but enjoyable. He's who I looked up to, you know, as a villain. He's one of the best, isn't he? And yeah, he didn't really. There's two great stories with Alan, actually. I'll share them with you quickly. The one at the end, after killing Dumbledore, and we're all sort of sweeping out of the Great Hall in a sort of like goose-like V formation. I'm standing right behind Alan, and the director said to me on the way, "Get as close as you can to Alan. I want it to look really good. It looks like dynamic with you right behind Alan." Alan's cloak is like a wedding dress. It's like at least 2 meters behind him. And he asked for this specifically, classic Alan. And before we even started, there are some young ears in here, aren't there? Okay, I'll give the PG version. He said, "Don't step on my effing cloak." And we all laughed, much like that, thinking, he's joking, right? He's joking. And there were old cameras, and we was like, he's definitely not joking. Lo and behold, first take, I'm walking down, and you're trying to keep your head up, like, not looking at your feet. And about halfway down, I just went, and it's connected to his neck, so he just went, and again, I was like, and he didn't laugh. He didn't laugh at all. Nah. But that's his humor. That was his humor. He was laughing. He just chose not to. And much the same, we did a night shoot. The continuation of that scene, we're outside and setting fire to Hagrid's hut, I think. And he's standing there at like 4 a.m. He didn't speak much, Alan. So he's just standing in the middle of the field at 4 a.m. waiting. I'm standing next to him, just like twiddling my thumbs, going, "Oh my God, what do I do? What do I do?" And eventually I plucked up the courage and was just like, "You all right? You right, Alan? How you doing?" And he waited about 10 seconds, as he does, and just turned and went, "I've peaked." And that was it. And I didn't laugh again. But as I thought about it in the more to come, it's fucking hilarious. He had the ultimate dry sense of humor, incredibly witty, incredibly good with the kids that came around. He was the only one who got it. Like when kids came in, and we had them daily, obviously, they don't want to meet Tom. They don't want to meet Daniel. They want to meet Harry. They want to meet Draco. That's why kids hated it when I was like, "Hello, mate, I'm Tom." They're like, "What the fuck?" But Alan got it straight away. He would smack him on the head and say, "Tuck your shirt in." And they loved it. Yeah, they loved it. So, yeah. Actually, I said it the other day. I think, I don't know obviously how long my career will go on for, but to the date, the biggest honor working with him.
Thanks for your story, Tom.
Cheers, dude. Rock and roll, man.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good, and you?
All right.
This is going to be our last question, unfortunately.
All right, hit me, brother.
Okay, so everybody hold on to your socks, and if you have hats, hold on to your hats.
Woo!
You're all gonna freak out.
Drum rolls, please. Who is this young chap? All right, what do you got?
So I never saw a Harry Potter movie.
Go on.
And he gets the last question?
Do you think I should?
Don't know. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. Why don't we ask the audience? People, should he watch a Harry Potter film, do we think? All right, well, there it is, indefinitely. Thank you for the question, though.
Mr. Tom Felton!
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. Really appreciate the love. Thank you.